I want to talk a little bit today about fats, misunderstood fats, particularly the special fats we call essential fats. In the world of nutrition, the word essential means must have. It's like water or air or love. You got to have them or else you don't do well. You got to have them or else you die. Essential nutrients are like that. Vitamins, minerals, amino acids, fatty acids, the essential mighty 90 nutrients are like air. You don't have it, you die. That's how important it is. In the body, however, the body is so forgiving and so resilient, it can make do with small amounts of these things. Unfortunately, even though it can make do and even though it can survive with small amounts of these things, it can't maximize its health. It can't optimize its ability to renew and regenerate. So what ends up happening is we leave health on the table. Many of us, most of us, in fact, everyone who's not on a nutritional supplement program, everyone who's not utilizing or taking advantage of the mighty 90 essential nutrients in a supplemental form is leaving health on the table, is not optimizing health, regeneration, and renewal in the body's ability to heal itself. That's because the nutrients aren't in food. They're not in food because we process our foods. They're not in foods because of how we grow our foods. They're not in foods because of the soils. They're just not in the foods. And this is especially problematic when it comes to fats, especially the EFAs, the essential fats or essential fatty acids. Yesterday there was an article that showed up in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry about a specific kind of essential fatty acid that you'll find in your Ultimate EFAs and Ultimate EFA Plus. It's called DHA. DHA is a fish fat. It's a special fat found in fish, and the presence of DHA in fish is one of the reasons why pregnant women are told to eat a lot of fish, why fish have a reputation for being brain food. It's the DHA content. Well, you'll get DHA in your Ultimate EFAs and Ultimate EFA Plus, so you don't have to worry about eating your fish if you're getting, or you don't have to worry about getting your DHA from fish. There's still going to be things in fish, of course, protein and such. But you don't have to worry about getting your DHA from fish if you're using your Ultimate EFA and your Ultimate EFA Plus. According to the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry, that can help you with neuropathy. That can help you with nerve pain. The study talks about how DHA has a analgesic or a pain-relieving effect on neuropathic pain by suppressing the inflammatory response. Yes, the very same DHA that you'll get in your Ultimate EFA and Ultimate EFA Plus. If you're dealing with neuropathy or if you're dealing with inflammatory issues related to neuropathy, you'd be wise to double up on your Ultimate EFA or Ultimate EFA Plus. You got two major essential fatty acids, two major EFAs, and there's a whole slew of other fatty acids that are non-essential. Your two major EFAs are omega-3 and omega-6. Omega-6s have a reputation as being pro-inflammatory. They support the inflammatory process. Not that that's a bad thing. You know, we hear a lot about how inflammation is related to disease and we want to suppress inflammation. Well, you know, inflammation is a mixed bag. The body's inflammatory chemistry is much more finely tuned, is much more significant for the long-term health of the body than the anti-inflammatory chemistry, because inflammation is wound healing. Inflammation keeps us alive in times of stress. Inflammation keeps us alive in times of injury. And this is why the body uses omega-6, or so-called pro-inflammatory essential fatty acids, even more than it uses the anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids. So you'll find that your Ultimate EFAs and your Ultimate EFA Plus actually have a little bit more of the omega-6s than the omega-3s. Omega-6s are found everywhere, and some nutritionists will tell you, well, you don't have to worry about your omega-6s because they're found in all kinds of oils. I'm not sure I buy that, given the fact that omega-6s are more present, or the body uses omega-6s more than it uses omega-3s. I personally believe you need both omega-6s and omega-3s, essential fats. By the way, there's another article I just read. Asthma and allergies, a protective factor in farm milk. This is from the Journal of Allergy and Clinical Immunology. Apparently, there's a protective factor in raw farm milk, not pasteurized, not homogenized milk, but raw farm milk that helps protect children against asthma and allergies. Guess what that protective factor is? Guess what that magical essential factor is that's in raw farm milk, but that's not found in homogenized or pasteurized milk? It's called omega-3 fats, yes. And if you're drinking milk from grass-fed animals, you're going to get even more omega-3s because grass is a rich source of omega-3s. This is one of the reasons why you want to be making sure you're, as best as you can, eating grass-fed meat, eating grass-fed or drinking grass-fed milk or eating grass-fed dairy products. You'll get more of these very protective omega-3 essential fatty acids. Of course, it's not just essential fatty acids that are important when it comes to fat chemistry or fat nutrition. You've got fatty vitamins as well. I call the fatty vitamins DEAK, D, E, A, and K. And they're all important. And not surprisingly, in the standard American diet, for those of us subsisting on the standard American diet, we're not going to get enough of the DEAK either. And then there's the third important class of fatty nutrients, and those are your plant nutrients, or your flavonoids and your carotenes, which are especially important for eye health. You'll find those in the Vision FX, substances like lutein and zeaxanthin. These are fatty phytonutrients. Between your EFAs, your fatty vitamins DEAK, and your fatty phytonutrients, you've got a major complex of health and wellness and anti-aging nutrition that is sometimes not found in food, and that's why you want to make sure that you're on a good nutritional supplement program. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. We'll take your calls at the bottom of the hour. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number. 888-379-2552. Toll free. We'll take a break and come back with more good health information on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program.
Good liver health is vital to your overall health. Did you know the liver is the largest gland in the body, generating digestive enzymes, converting fat into fuel, controlling metabolism, regulating cholesterol in the blood, and neutralizing toxins and waste products? Decreased liver function can lead to debilitating diseases. Hepal, a proprietary blend exclusive to Prohoba International, can help support healthy liver function. Hepal is a blend of natural organic pollen extracts, including essential enzymes, botanical glutathione, which is considered to be one of the most powerful antioxidants for detoxifying free radicals and exogenous compounds, superoxide dismutase, and aloe vera, formulated to cleanse and support healthy liver function. If you'd like to have healthy liver function, call your local longevity distributor today, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Numerous studies have shown the link between the intake of antioxidants and disease prevention. Foods and supplements are measured in an ORAC scale. ORAC is an acronym for Oxygen Radical Absorption Capacity. In other words, the ability to remove disease-causing free radicals from the human body. Longevity's Cell Shield RTQ has an ORAC value of 15,800 points per serving. Cell Shield RTQ contains resveratrol, known as an anti-aging compound, turmeric, known for promoting healthy digestion, brain function, immune system, and cellular longevity. Quercetin, a flavonoid, is known for promoting healthy blood sugar metabolism and healthy lung and cardiovascular function. Remove free radicals from your body with Cell Shield RTQ from Longevity. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Longevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
What's up, Douglas?
Well, great to have you back on.
Thank you, sir.
I've got a story here from CNN headlined, "Outrageous pill prices are big business as usual." They say, how much are you willing to pay for your potentially life-saving pill? They say drugs such as Daraprim, doxycycline, fluoxetine, and cyclosine.
Don't you try. We get the point there, Di. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
How do they come up with these names anyway? You ever wonder?
Well, you know what
about
I always thought was interesting is they try to. They always say that that they justify these high prices of these drugs because of all the R&D that has to go into it and
marketing.
all this stuff. But it's crazy that they said actually back in 2014, representatives were investigating. Found that 10 generic drugs that had already been on the market for a number of years. So the whole thing of the R&D doesn't fly on that one. It ranged in price increases anywhere from 420% to 8,000% from just the year before. These generic drugs have jumped in price for a range of reasons, including shortages, manufacturing issues, and market consolidation. So what concerns doctors and patients is that the sheer ability of manufacturers to set their own price just because there's nobody in regulation to oversee the drug prices. They say it appears to be the case with Daraprim, manufactured by Turing Pharmaceuticals. Price of a 62-year-old drug jumped from $13.50 to $750 per pill overnight. Used to treat patients with malaria, toxoplasmosis, and parasitic infections. I just thought that was crazy. And the guy that runs that company, he was recently before some Senate panels and basically just rolled his eyes and thumbed his nose at everybody. I mean,
did you watch him? Did you watch him doing that?
Yeah.
Wasn't that unbelievable? He's rolling his eyes and stuff. His name is Martin Shkreli. He's only 32 years old. And actually, he was actually indicted for securities fraud, and not for another business that he ran. But here's the thing, though, Douglas. Oh, by the way, we got a presidential candidate who's going to take care of that, Bernie Sanders, right?
Yeah.
We're going to have socialized medicine. That's
and
gonna
we'll have free college for everyone. And
Yeah. Didn't you hear that?
Yeah.
You got to go vote for this guy. Everybody's going
Who's
to get
gonna
their
pay
drugs
for
for free.
all that?
But here's the thing, though, Doug. It's not just him. I'm picking on him a little bit. They all want to have universal health care of some kind. Even the Republicans want to have some kind of universal health care, basically to give people free medicine. So what is that saying? Who benefits when everybody gets free medicine? Do you think it's the people getting the medicine benefiting? No. It's the people getting $750 a pill for the medicine. And maybe the government won't be paying $750 a pill. Maybe they'll be paying $500 a pill or $400 a pill. But ultimately, when the government pays, we pay. And this is just another reason why getting on a good nutritional supplement program is just good sense. If you're on a good nutritional supplement program and you're eating correctly and you're doing a few little things like maybe exercising for half an hour a week or 20 minutes a week and relaxing your body a lot, just simple basic things that we talk about on this program, on my program all the time, that Youngevity talks about in our presentations all the time. You don't need to worry about prescription drugs. You won't need to worry about diagnostics and medical procedures and surgeries. This is the point, you guys. When you're on a good nutritional supplement program, when you're taking care of yourselves in a common sense fashion through food and diet and exercise and rest and nutritional supplementation, it will allow you to free yourself from the medical model. All these guys running for political office who are guaranteeing universal health care, they're not about freeing us from the medical model. They're about entrenching us, locking us, and throwing away the key and putting us in the medical model cage. And that's what that's what all of this talk about Obamacare and universal health care and socialized medicine is really about. It's about locking us up into the mainstream medical model, and it's nowhere where we want to be. And one of the all-time greatest ways greatest methods you can use to free yourself from this real medical tyranny is by getting on the Healthy Start Pack, by using a nutritional supplement program, in addition to common sense lifestyle strategies like eating less food and staying away from the corporate swill, and a little bit of exercise and a lot of long, luscious rest. That's what we're all about here in the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. That's what Youngevity is all about. If you're listening to this program for the first time, or you're thinking about joining the company, please understand that if you join the company, you're joining a mission of 50,000 or 100,000 people, all who are dedicated to liberty from the tyranny of the mainstream medical model. I'm Pharmacist Ben, sitting in for Doc today, along with Doug Winfrey. Got lines open for you. So you like tea, Douglas? Are you a tea drinker?
Oh, yeah. I make sun tea every weekend. I make probably 5 gallons or better.
Now, you're using green tea, right?
I used green tea last weekend. I had some black currant tea.
Well, according to this article here in Arthritis and Rheumatology, that's probably why you don't have any more rheumatoid arthritis. I don't know if you ever had it, but apparently green tea, an ingredient in green tea called epigallocatechin, EGCG, can actually help, actually block some of the symptoms of rheumatoid arthritis, the joint pain, inflammation, and tissue damage. That's from researchers at the Washington State University School of Medicine. Joint pain, inflammation, tissue damage caused by rheumatoid arthritis, a potential new approach to combating these, and that's using this EGCG that's found in green tea. Of course, you don't want to drink green tea, and I love green tea, by the way, and it's actually got a lot of benefits to it aside from the epigallocatechin.
Aren't there a lot of antioxidants in green tea?
Tremendous amount of antioxidants in it, and it's also very protective against sunburn. So you can make a green tea.
Really? I never knew that.
Yeah, you can make a green tea spray, and you can throw a little vitamin C if you want in there, or throw a little BTT in there if you want, and you can make your own anti-sunburn spray or sun protection spray when you're laying out in the sun. Green tea is awesome stuff. If you don't want to drink the green tea, get yourself some Youngevity Ultimate OPCT. And not only will you get green tea, but you'll also get lycopene and MSM and grapeseed as well. But the green tea is just awesome, awesome stuff. You know the difference between green tea and black tea, by the way?
It's a lot lighter in color.
Yes, it is. But the reason it's right, you're such a funny guy, Douglas. The reason it's a lighter color is because it's younger and less oxidized. The black or the darkness is a sign that the tea is actually breaking down. And as the tea breaks down, it gives it a richer flavor. Green tea doesn't have quite the flavor that black tea, or the intense flavor that black tea has, but it is a better source of nutrition. Go decaf if you can.
What about white tea?
I think that's a completely different type of tea.
If I remember correctly, I think the white tea is on the actual tea leaf plant is when it's like the when new growth comes out, they take the little bit of a new growth.
Is it the same? It's the same tea plant though.
I believe so. Yeah, I
That you
remember
get
seeing
black tea and
something
green
on
tea from?
television about that one time. And these people were out in the field and they were harvesting, just taking just this tiny little tip of the new growth.
All right, that makes sense to me. So then white, green, and black tea are all basically made from the leaves, the same kind of leaves, the tea leaf, the tea plant, if you will. I don't know why more people aren't drinking tea. I don't even know how coffee got to be so popular as opposed to tea. Tea is much coffee still has
Because of the whole Tea Party thing.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, we traditionally we
I
were a
think you're-
tea drinking society, and then after
Yeah.
the revolution, we threw all the tea in the bay and said, "Well, let's start drinking coffee that we get from South America."
And we never went back.
No, it was
Isn't that
an
interesting?
anti-British thing.
It was an anti-British thing. You know what the first anti-British rebellion was? It wasn't tea. You know what it was? It was a tax that was placed on sugar. I was just reading this. In the I think the whole tea thing was like 1760s or so, but in the 1740s, there was actually a rebellion against the sugar tax. The British tried to tax the colonists' sugar intake, and that wasn't going to pass. Nobody wants their sugar taxed. You know that? I don't know who thought of that idea, but that didn't work. Didn't work at all. You ever wonder how sugar prices never go up? What's that about? Everything goes up in the supermarket, but sugar prices still always stay the same. It's because governments have learned, don't mess with the people's sugar, because we get addicted to sugar and we get very mad when we don't have our sugar.
Well, Doc
you're trying to
used to
wean
have
yourself off of sugar, by the way. There's a great nutritional supplement strategy you can use. I'm sorry, Doug, what were you going to
Yeah,
say?
Doc used to put out a statistic that based off just how much they sell, that your average American eats about 150 pounds a year.
That's ridiculous, isn't it? I
Yeah.
don't even know how that's not even conceivable. That's a human body's worth of sugar. If you're trying to wean yourself off of sugar, there's a great nutritional strategy that you can use. I'll tell you what that is when we come back from our break. If you are a sugar junkie, and most of us, including me, are, and you want to wean yourself off of sugar, one of the all-time great ways to do it is with the Slender FX. It contains something called whey protein, and whey protein contains an amino acid called glutamine, which is known as a sugar replacement, or actually it's a sugar replacement for cells. For cells can use glutamine the way they use sugar, especially cells of the intestine. Glutamine is powerful, powerful medicine for everybody, bodybuilders, folks dealing with immune problems. They give it to you if you're recovering from surgery. And it's also very important for the digestive tract, for the cells of the digestive tract. And it's a great supplement to use if you're trying to wean yourself off sugar. Got 2 words for you, if that's you. Slender FX, or actually 1.5 words. Slender FX. Great source of whey protein. Also great source of chromium. And chromium is also an important nutrient for helping your body process sugar. In fact, if you are a sugar junkie, get on that Sweet Ease. It'll help your body process the sugar. Between the Sweet Ease and your Slender FX, a good vegetable-based diet, you should have no problem weaning yourself off of sugar. And if you do fall off the wagon and you end up eating a bunch of pie or dessert or some kind of sweet food, try drinking a lot of water. It'll help dilute your blood sugar in the short term, and that could be helpful for diabetics who fall off the wagon and go crazy for a night. Drink lots of water. You'll dilute your blood sugar. That's also a good tip for first thing in the morning when blood sugar tends to be concentrated. If you drink a lot of water when you get up in the morning, you'll dilute your blood sugar as well. Okay, 831-685-1080. That's our priority line number, 888-379-2552, toll free. I say we hit the phones. Douglas, who's first in line?
All right, let's head to Chicago, Illinois. And David, you're on with pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Yo, David.
Yes, Ben, how are you?
What's going on, my friend? How you doing?
Good, good. Thank you for asking. I got 2 ladies that I'm trying to help here.
Okay.
And the first one is 82 years old, 110 pounds, 4 feet 11 inches
Okay.
high. And she was diagnosed with something called OPTD.
OPTD.
Old people something is...
They got a different acronym every day. I don't know what OPTD is, but let me see if I can find
Well,
OP.
I'm
I don't know
telling
what
you.
I don't know what it
What
is.
they
I never heard of it.
Okay, what they say that happens to her
Yeah.
is that she goes into a room to look for something, and she just...
Oh, it's a dementia. It's a kind of dementia.
Probably.
Okay. Don't worry about the OPTD part of the dementia. Dementia means the brain is dissolving, And obviously,
Correct.
when we get old, this happens to the body. I don't mean to be gross, you guys. I'm sorry, but that's exactly what's happening. The brain's degenerating. Alzheimer's disease and any dementia, Alzheimer's is a particular flavor of dementia, but any dementia, forgetfulness or delirium or even psychosis is related to a degradation or deterioration of the tissue called the brain. And this always follows inflammation and nutritional deficiencies. So for all brain health issues, you got to get on the Healthy Start Pack, particularly the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. I'm telling you, if you have a friend, a client, a patient, a relative, or it's you yourself, and you're dealing with dementia issues, you are completely depriving yourself or your friends or your patients by not getting them on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Not only is it a must-have for delirium, for Alzheimer's disease, for dementias, not only is it a must-have, but you notice results so darn quickly, you're not going to believe that your patient or your mom or your dad wasn't on the stuff. It is unbelievable how fast the brain issues can resolve themselves once you get on this, these liquid nutrients, particularly the B vitamins. I know there was a study that came out a couple days ago about proton pump inhibitors, the Nexium type drugs, the heartburn drugs, and dementias. Well, it turns out that when you deprive your stomach of acid, you deprive yourself of the B vitamins, and that can only hurt the brain, among other systems. So for dementias of all kinds, Beyond Tangy Tangerine, that's by no means all you need, of course, but the B vitamins are your brain vitamins. Don't forget your Ultimate EFAs either. Those are also important. Those omega-3 fats for the brain. Don't go away, Dave. We'll finish up when we come back from our break, okay? We're talking to David in the Windy City. Are you there, David?
Yes, I'm here.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I'll let you get to your second patient there. But as far as the dementia goes, and that's what it sounds like your gal's dealing with, think the B vitamins. That's the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Have her sipping on that all day long. That's spectacularly valuable for dementia, for a lot of things, but particularly for dementias and brain health issues. I call the B's the brain vitamins. And Doug correctly pointed out, by the way, that vitamin B12 is super important for the brain, for brain health and all neurological issues. And then don't forget your fats, your omega fats, Ultimate EFA, Ultimate EFA Plus. I'm reading an article here that just came out a couple days ago. Actually, this is from the journal Current Alzheimer's Research. Quote, lipid-based diets, lipids are fats, so fat-based diets effectively combat Alzheimer's disease in mice. So once again, we see the importance of good fats and a good fat-rich diet, and that includes fish and your ultimate essential fatty acids and avocados and other good sources of fat. Butter, don't forget your butter. And omega-3 fats are also very important for brain health. So Healthy Start Pack will cover you. If you want to throw a couple more things in there, you could throw in the Ultimate Enzymes and the Biolumin Nightly Essence, both of which will help her process her fats at the digestive system level. What do you got? What else you got there, my friend?
Okay, before I get to the next lady, I just want to make sure that I tell you that she has this other lady, she has a fatty abscess on her face and also gets her skin bruised up.
All of it is a sign of breaking down, sir. Dave, it's generally the body is breaking down. The bruising is because the blood vessels are breaking down. The lipomas, or the fatty tumors, or the fat deposits that you're describing, those are related to problems metabolizing or digesting fat. So again, the enzymes, digestive enzymes, and the probiotics and everything we just talked about. Her body's basically breaking down is what you're observing, and we got to build it back up again. What else you got for us?
Okay, the next lady, thank you. The next lady, she's 48 years old, and she's one.
No, I don't need her height. Wait, don't worry about that. What you got for us? What's her problem?
Oh, well, she's taking the Healthy Body Sugar Pack, and because she's diabetic, but she tells us she's nauseous. She feels nauseous when she takes the product.
Figure out which product it is. She might be taking too much all at once. So try to have her break it into several products instead of doing it all at once, and see if she can isolate one particular product. If she can't isolate one particular product, then have her do smaller doses and do them with food if she's not already. So it could be one product or another. You've got to know what it is. So have her take them one at a time and see if she gets nauseous. If she can't figure out what it is, have her reduce her dose, and then also sometimes taking the products with food makes a difference. Thanks so much for your call, David, from Chicago. Hope we helped you out. Who's next on the line, Doug?
Well, let's head to Tustin, California, and Jan, you're on with pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, Jan.
Hi.
Hey.
Yes, I have my father. He has cirrhosis.
Okay.
He has low platelets.
Okay.
high iron, and is having a lot of fluid retention.
That's all the liver. It's all, he's got liver problems, and he's not alone. 100 million, which is an amazing number to me. 100 million Americans have liver disease. So he's not alone. He's got what's 1 out of 3 of us. It sounds like his is pretty significant. Was he drinking alcohol? Was he drinking a lot of alcohol?
Yes.
Okay, that's usually what cirrhosis is. The liver is a remarkably resilient and forgiving organ, and it takes a lot of abuse to go into cirrhosis, and that's why usually it only occurs with alcoholics. Although these days, just the standard American diet seems to be compromising our livers. So first of all, the most important thing to recognize when it comes to the liver is you got to keep the body clean, and that means any kind of toxins that are getting into the system have to be eliminated. If he's on prescription drugs, they're just going to make matters worse for him. Because the liver's got to process the prescription drugs. And by the way, herbs also require liver processing, so they're not benign and gentle either. You got to be careful about herbs. But by far and away, the most important way that, for most of us who aren't drinking a lot of alcohol or IV drug users, the most important way that the liver starts to break down, the liver becomes compromised, is from food, especially sugar, but also problems with food particles that are not completely digested. And those are your 2 main strategies for dealing with the liver. Number 1, eliminate problem foods. And number 2, go as low sugar, especially fructose, by the way. Fructose is especially hard on the liver. That's fruit sugar and high fructose corn syrup. So number 1, you got to start working on he has to start working on the digestive system. I would be doing caloric restriction, that is limiting the amount of calories that he ingests, and at the same time making sure he's getting his micronutrients, his vitamins and his minerals, his healthy start pack kinds of nutrients, eating only when he feels like he has to eat, and eating only as much food as he has to eat. I know that sounds silly to say that, but so many times we eat when we don't have to eat, and we eat more than we need to eat. So between caloric restriction and then increasing his micronutrient content, that's going to go a long way towards helping his digestive system. Then he wants to make sure he's using his nightly essence, his Fucoid Z, and then also the ultimate enzymes with meals. Again, that will also help him process his foods. Keeping his sugar intake down is a good idea, and that would be supported by using the Sweeties product after all his meals, treating himself as if he were a diabetic, which he probably is a diabetic, using the Sweeties as well as the Healthy Start Pack, and as I say, the ultimate enzymes, the Biolumin Nightly Essence, and the Fucoid Z, which is not only really wonderful medicine for the digestive tract, but also for the blood system in general. If he is on prescription drugs that he doesn't absolutely need to have, weaning himself off his drugs is also a good idea for the liver. Love that liver. Amazing organ. Ancient people used to think the liver was actually the heart, and it was the main organ in the body. And considering it is the largest organ in the inside of the body, there's good reason for that as well. Do you know the liver is the one organ in the body that can actually regenerate itself? If you just have a little tiny piece of your liver left, it can actually grow back, and that's pretty amazing. That's because the liver is so darn important. Liver does over 500 different functions. A liver cell can achieve over 500 different chemical processes at one time, and that's pretty darn amazing if you ask me. All right, thanks for your call. Appreciate it. Hope we helped you. Who's next on the line, Doug?
Let's head to Virginia. And Carmen, you're on with pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, Carmen.
Hi.
What's going on?
My girlfriend's uncle is in a nursing home in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and he's got Lewy bodies disease and brain plaque and high cholesterol and high blood pressure.
That's a fancy way of saying the brain is falling apart. Same thing as we talked to Dave earlier. That's Lewy body dementia is, I love the names they give these things. Lewy body dementia is a special kind of dementia where little tiny entities, dead parts of dead cells called Lewy bodies accumulate. So they call it Lewy body dementia. Senile plaque dementia is a kind of dementia where you get these growths, these tangles and fibers. They're called plaques. Alzheimer's disease is a type of senile plaque dementia. There's another kind of dementia they call vascular dementia, which is a kind of dementia where blood vessels start to become clogged up and you don't get blood supply to the brain. You know what? It doesn't matter. The names of these things are irrelevant. Who cares if it's Lewy body? Who cares if it's senile plaque? Who cares if it's vascular? Certainly the patient doesn't care. The specialist cares because he gets paid that way. But to the patient, it doesn't matter. What you got to do is you got to focus on the degenerative nature of the brain disease. The brain is literally degenerating, and it's following inflammation, which is due to a combination of 2 factors. Number 1, crap that's getting in the blood. Excuse my French, I don't mean to be rude, but it's toxins that are in the blood. I call it dirty blood in combination with nutritional deficiencies. And that's a 1-2 punch that no organ in the body can withstand. So the first thing you got to do is you got to clean the blood. And that always means digestive system, working on the digestive system. So food, elimination diet, eliminating foods, number one. And I'm not going to go into that. We talked about that with our last caller. Just look for problem foods and then eliminate them. And then patching up the gut using your ultimate enzymes, your nightly essence, as well as your Fucoid Z. Fucoid Z, by the way, coats and soothes the surface of the digestive tract. Make sure that your patient is on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, the Ultimate Essential Fatty Acids, or Ultimate EFA Plus, and the Beyond OsteoFX. Call that the Healthy Start Pack. And then guess what? Alzheimer's disease is now, or dementia, is now known as type 3 diabetes. So anybody dealing with dementia issues of whatever flavor, whatever variety, practice an anti-diabetic diet, restricting your sugars, and using your Sweeties as well as the Healthy Start Pack and the Fucoid Z. And also the Ultimate Selenium, by the way, is very important for sugar control. All right, thanks for your call. Appreciate it. We're going to take a break and come back. One more segment with your phone call. Do you know there's a relationship between smell and Alzheimer's disease? That's one of the ways they can actually detect whether somebody has...
It seems like I read something about that once.
They give you stuff to smell. If your smell is... your olfactory sense is off and you're not smelling things correctly, peanut butter, for example, you can't smell it, the chances are pretty good that you're dealing with some kind of dementia issues. Also, if you can't figure out where you left your keys every day, that might have something to do with it too. There's lots of ways you can tell if your brain is starting to go. Forgetfulness is one way. The smell test is another way. They're looking to do a vaccine for Alzheimer's disease. Have you heard of this? They're actually trying to vaccinate people against...
Seems like I saw an article about that, yeah.
Alzheimer's disease, folks, is arthritis of the brain. It's all the same stuff. The body breaks down generically. It happens in different parts of the body, certainly, but it's the breakdown process is generic, and it's always caused by the same thing: dirty blood, nutritional deficiency, lack of oxygen or deficiencies in oxygen, and too much stress and not enough rest. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. Who's next on the line? Douglas?
Well, let's head to Carson City, Nevada. And Christine, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, Christine.
Hi, Ben.
What's going on?
Well, I've just been diagnosed with chronic bronchitis from secondhand smoke. The
Oh,
lower
no.
lobes of my lungs have mucus plugs. So I'm signing up to buy a PEO pack, and I need to know which pack and additional products and what else you might recommend.
Healthy Start Pack for sure. And then you want to start strengthening your immune system, and there's several ways to do that. If you're constantly bombarded with toxins from the outside, allergens from the outside, particulate matter from cigarette smoke from the outside, it's a little bit tougher. But still, working on your body's ability to strengthen its defense system, its immune system, is your strategy. Healthy Start Pack, that goes without saying. And then I would be throwing in the Fucoid Z, very important for the immune system. Also the Ultimate Enzymes and the Biolumin Nightly Essence. Love that product, by the way. Very important relationship between lung health, respiratory health, and intestinal health. No surprise there. If you've been listening to this program or listening to my program, I always talk about the digestive system. Well, the digestive system and the respiratory system are connected via the immune system. They're both defensive structures. They both have defensive cells in there. So working on the digestive system can help you with your respiratory system. And this is true for folks dealing with hay fever and pollen kinds of issues. That means the Biolumin Nightly Essence, of course. Fermented foods are probably a good idea as well. Kimchi, miso, tempeh. Fermented beets. I love fermented beets. Fermented pickles with good live cultures in there. Of course, yogurt and kefir are good as well. So work on the digestive system with your enzymes and the Biolumin Nightly Essence. Make sure you're using, and the Fucoid Z. Make sure you're using the Healthy Start Pack. And then last but not least, I would also be using the Ultimate Selenium, which is also great for the immune system and also has special relevance for the lungs. It's the selenium is a little battery, a little electrical mineral battery that turns on one of the body's and one of the lungs' most important defensive molecules, something called glutathione. So your Ultimate Selenium, maybe 400 or so micrograms a day. Thanks for your call. Appreciate it.
You might want to think about going on a gluten-free diet as well.
Absolutely. That's a very good point, Douglas. Gluten-free diet's a great idea. A lot of folks who have gluten problems, one of the things they'll notice is they're snotty and mucousy and they have lung secretions. So, and by the way, it could be any foods really. It's not just gluten, but gluten is a huge and significant problem. Thanks for pointing that out, Doug. All right, who's next on the line? See if we get a
we're
couple
just
more.
about out of time.
Oh, my goodness. That's all. It goes by way too fast on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. If we left you on hold, call back tomorrow and tell the call screener that we left you on hold, and we'll get you first up. And if you're out there listening and you're on the fence about the longevity products, or you're on the fence about MLM, or you're on the fence about a network marketing company, please understand, I've been in this company, I've been involved with longevity now for going on 20 years, 19 years, a little over 19 years or so. And I cannot begin to tell you the number of people I've seen who have reversed their chronic degenerative diseases, who have eliminated their diabetes, who have gotten off all their prescription drugs, who have lost not 50 pounds, not 60 pounds, not 100 pounds, but 120 and 150 pounds. It is absolutely mind-blowing what happens once you get on a nutritional supplement program if you've never experienced the power of the Healthy Start Pack and the Ultimate Selenium and the Fucoid Z and all the other fine products developed by Dr. Wallach and all the folks at Longevity. Give it a shot. You've got nothing to lose. At the very least, get on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Try it for a week and watch what happens. If you're like most people, you'll notice your blood pressure drops. You'll notice you have more energy. You notice you just feel better when you're on a nutritional supplement program, and when you're starting, all you got to do is start on the BTT, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, to feel it, to feel how powerful it can be. Thanks for listening, friends. I'm Pharmacist Ben, for Doug Winfrey, for Doc, for all the folks at the ZBS Radio Network. Have a wonderful, beautiful, spectacular day. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.
In recent years, several studies have discovered the healthy benefits of drinking coffee. Longevity has now taken it a step further with an entire product line of healthy coffees from Longevity's JavaFit selection of top-shelf gourmet coffees. All JavaFit coffees are made from 100% premium, hand-selected Arabica coffee beans grown in the finest regions of Latin America. Carefully roasted, creating a delicious, rich, full-bodied flavor. Try JavaFit's original roast, a perfect blend of mellow and smooth with just the right full-bodied depth to make an aromatic and enjoyable cup of coffee. Traditional as well as organic and fair trade options also available in 30-count single cup or 24-count single pot packs. Contact your local FDI Longevity distributor to get Javalution coffees. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
With increasing rates of osteoporosis, it's becoming more and more evident that most Americans have low blood levels of calcium. Some would say,
I get all the calcium I need from dairy products.
Unfortunately, that's just not true. Besides, most dairy products are homogenized and can contain steroids and antibiotics that kill off good bacteria in the digestive system. Not to mention, the human body needs magnesium to make use of dietary calcium. That's why Longevity developed OsteoFX Plus, containing bioavailable plant-derived forms of vitamin D3, calcium, magnesium, zinc, copper, and glucosamine sulfate. OsteoFX Plus is formulated to support healthy bones and joints. Not to mention, OsteoFX Plus tastes great, unlike other products that taste like chalk or dirt. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Longevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Longevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Longevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463. You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Longevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Longevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Wallach, your host of Dead Doctors Don't Lie. If you're interested in a colon cleanse, blood cleanse, liver cleanse, in the classical herbal way, you want to ask your Youngevity associate for Herbal Rainforest. Herbal Rainforest has 16 herbs, 16 cleansing herbs, classic cleansing herbs, and 77 plant minerals. That's right, and these are all organic. It doesn't get any better than that. In your busy day, and you're around all these toxins out there in your workplace, on the way home, going to work, in your food, in the air, in the water, you need Herbal Rainforest. I guarantee you, it will give you a cleanse. You can control the dose. It's a liquid. It tastes good. It doesn't get any better than this. A colon that's happy makes you happy. Nothing better than a happy colon. Herbal Rainforest. Clean it out.
For more information on this product or others you've heard about on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program, call your local Youngevity associate today. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Greetings, everyone. Judy DeVilbus here. What do you think of when you hear the words tangy tangerine? Well, I think of like a sweet, tangy tasting something. Well, what I'm referring to is the Ultimate Tangy Tangerine. It's a fantastic product. It has everything you need, and a great benefit is it's very, very delicious. It's very easy to drink. I've suggested it even to youngsters. Even children like it. Even little guys. Even little girls. They come right into my office. Their parents can't get them to take those chewables, and besides that, they're not as good as Tangy Tangerine. And I give them a little taste of that, and you know something? They're pleased as punch. So, if it's good for a child and it tastes delicious, why not you? There's no excuse not to take a vitamin when it tastes as good as that does. So how about it? Tangy Tangerine should be the answer to all of your nutritional program problems.
For more information or to order, call your Youngevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Youngevity home-based business opportunities. You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463. 3463.
I am Judy DeVilbus. Here I am speaking to you again. I just wanted to tell you that recently I started drinking the Whey Shakes again, the chocolate Whey Shake. And you need to remember, the Whey Shake isn't just for losing weight. It's a fantastic place to get your great protein. And if you're trying to gain weight, you can take it along with your meals. And the best part is, if you want to just have a great protein shake, do like I do. Put it over ice, stir it up, and you can sip on it for 20 minutes to an hour. I do it every single day. I absolutely love it. You need to get back to it too. It's really good for you. And it makes not fat, but it makes muscle after you work out. And you can also mix it up in a blender with an egg, and you have the most incredible health protein shake. Or mix it with a little water, stir it up, and you have a little pudding. And who doesn't like pudding?
For more information or to order, call your Youngevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Youngevity home-based business opportunities. Fish has been thought of as a brain food for eons, but it's not the fish that's key. It's actually the essential fatty acids, EFAs, or omega-3s found in fish, called essential because they're necessary for good health and your body can't make them. So they must be consumed through diet or supplementation. Youngevity has developed the perfect supplement in SmartFX, an acronym for Sustained Memory and Retrieval Time, a concentration of DHA and EPA, both members of the omega-3 family, supporting neural path function and cardiovascular health for optimal mental concentration, awareness, focus, and agility. If you've got a mentally demanding career, you're a student crunching for the big test, or just want to maintain health for a sense of well-being, try Smart FX from Youngevity. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
If you've been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, prediabetes, or the metabolic syndrome, and you're tired of seeing your blood glucose levels rise and fall like a ship on the ocean, but you don't want to take those drugs the rest of your life, Youngevity has an alternative. A product called Sweeties has been developed just for you. Used as part of your regular diet, Sweeties helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels, a formulation specially designed to nutritionally assist your body with the regulation of your blood sugar level. Sweeties supports healthy glucose metabolism because it's fortified with aspartic acid, chromium, and vanadium, all to help you promote healthy blood sugar levels. If you want to get off those drugs and control your blood sugar metabolism naturally, try Youngevity's Sweeties product. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.